All right, and we are live. Hello, and welcome to the season 7 finale of the Sausage Factory. I'm your moderator, Pizzal. Joining me tonight, I've got from his car, broadcasting live from his car, our buddy Lauren. What's up, Lauren?
Hey, I can't stay on long. I just wanted to say thank you to you, Piz, and to all the other panelists and to the viewers. This is my first year on the show. Hopefully not my last, but season finales have a nasty habit of killing off characters. I want to say thank you to everyone and for the opportunity to spew my nonsense and to create some enemies. And I hope we have an opportunity to do more of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it was a lot of fun having you on this season, and we somebody had to take the mantle of the Sausage Factory's most hated from Cole, since he's not been around that much. And you took that banner, that mantle, and you ran with it, man. So, well done, sir. Well done.
We have a new minister of hatred.
Also joining me tonight is Cameron. What's up, Cameron? How you doing, man?
Doing great. Lauren also stole my trope, which was for a while I used to report from the car while I was driving, mind you. So, but it's like Lauren. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to go for a bit. If you guys are still on by the time I'm done taking care of everything, I'll pop back on. But I cannot believe you guys are at the end of another season finale. I'm gonna miss doing this all through the summer when I have more time. And but hopefully maybe we can all get together on each other's channels and do different shows. I know Piz a couple of years ago you did sort of like news reports throughout the summer, and that was a lot of fun. And I know Jay's got his movie dimension commentaries going on and stuff like that, and Orc's always on Twitter and working out and being dank and all that good stuff.
Passing Oot in the boot. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Blu-ray hunting on Tuesday. Go Oot in the boot, Canadian style.
This show has always been a lot of fun, a lot of great conversations. But if I could just get sentimental for 1 second, it's really hard to, even though you can be the most friendly, outgoing person, it's very hard to make a lot of friends when you're of a certain age. And even though we've never been in the same room, I consider you guys some of my closest friends, even though I only see you guys once a week. And sometimes only for an hour or so. But that's just the reality of things. Everybody's so doing their own thing, spread apart. But it's cool that we can all come together we are all over the United States and sometimes from other countries. And yet we all, whether we agree or disagree on stuff, we all share the passion for films and movies and TV. And if anything, I know movies tear people apart on the internet, but I think for this community, it only brings everybody together.
There you go.
Yeah, well said, man.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. Yeah, absolutely.
So on that note, I'm going to go and I'll pop back on if you guys are still on. So.
Okay, man.
Take it easy. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
All right, have a good one. Also with me tonight is Jay the Stingray. What's up, Stingray?
Hey, guys. Glad to be here. Pumped, trying to get some energy going for the finale.
What are we drinking tonight?
This is the OG Black Magic. That's my staple.
Cool.
Good stuff.
And also with me tonight, last but certainly not least, as Max Punishment called him in the chat, Big Papa Pump Orc. How's it going tonight, Orc?
What's up, mother truckers? How you doing? Living my best life. I got my my post workout here. Had a 6,000 calorie day, so I thought I'd take 12 hundo and flush it down the toilet. So standard is standard. That's the best part about working out is you can just eat twice as much as you did before, and it doesn't all have to be broccoli, carrots, and chicken and turkey and shit. So pretty dank. It's cool when you're a bum and you can just walk on the treadmill and the elliptical all day and just lift weights for an hour. It's awesome. It's sweet.
There you go.
Gonna see Godzilla tomorrow. Get a little workout in. I'm Bosen. I gave my Bose headphones to my brother, And then so they're like still in Colorado somewhere, but I want a Bose with Bose headphones and a Bose T-shirt, and then just say Bose and like Schwarzenegger, and then post that on Instagram. And if that doesn't get 100 likes, I'm killing myself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Just kidding. But I hope to check out Godzilla tomorrow. What have I seen? Really nothing movie-wise. I watched some Cobra Kai, some Mindhunter, and I've been playing a shitload of Mortal Kombat 11.
Cool. Well. Speaking of that, Lauren, Stingray, have you guys seen any good, bad, or indifferent movies lately?
I finally got out, saw John Wick. Liked it a lot. I fear that it might go to like Fast and Furious levels of ridiculousness in its next installment, which worries me. But I'm always down for a small genocide of a cast of the same 6 people wearing different headgear. So
there you go. Yeah, I actually went out and watched the new John Wick as well. And a lot of fun. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it hit quite as many high spots as the first 2. But you could definitely tell this was sort of the third one, because it was like no plot, no, not a whole lot of talky, just shoot and stab.
Doesn't matter, bro.
So,
Orc's bold statement. Can I get a real talk, Jay? Come on, unmute your mic. You can do it, Jay.
Denied. That was a denied. Real
Okay.
talk.
Anyways, since the first Matrix film in '99, these 3 John Wick films are the only good action films like I've seen. Like, to be completely honest. So I love the third one. I saw it too. I was gonna mention it, but yeah, Halle Berry still looks banging. She didn't get nude like in Swordfish though, but
But no kid in play. It's not worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of have that fear too. I think if they continue on the series, it's going to end up going into some Fast and Furious levels of just ridiculousness. I think they I think they probably should have ended it with the third one. You know what I mean? Have a nice trilogy, but they're going to go on, and hey,
Yeah, there's a television show next, and then another film.
a television show.
So,
really a television show like Piss
yeah, there's a television show based on the Continental.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just love the part of the movie where, like, the this isn't really spoilers, but the main guy does stuff, the black guy in the lobby. He's just doing things. I'll put it like that. And then the main guy who runs the Continental, he just like hangs up the phone. That shit was hilarious. Like towards the end, I'll just say he hangs up the phone. I was dying laughing. But yeah.
But yeah, very enjoyable. I mean, good stuff. I loved the scene in the where like they were just breaking those displays of knives and pulling the knives out and throwing them at each other, and it was just there was just something very comical about that. It was violent, of course, but it was also kind of comical. I enjoyed it.
Dude, you knew it was going to be another epic third John Wick movie like the first 2. When in the first scene, it's the first like 2 or 3 minutes of the film, so it's not a spoiler. When he kills the guy with a book, I was like, that was awesome. That was so beast.
Mm-hmm. Also, I really dug the I really dug the fact that Mark Dacascos was in the film. I'd not seen him in a whole lot lately, so it was cool to see him there.
Well, they got him off the set of, what was it, Iron Chef?
There you go. Yeah.
His recipe is frogs, special ingredient or whatever.
Yeah. I think Lauren had to jump off. Lauren is actually outside of his work, so he took a brief respite from work to say hello. He may jump back on later. I don't know. We'll see, guys. But Stingray, did you see anything since our last show?
Not really anything of note. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on ESPN, and I went back and rewatched a lot of Sacha Baron Cohen's films after I got to watch the Showtime show. I think it's Who Is America or something like that. It's really, really good. I'd recommend that to everybody. But I saw a film that just came out on Shudder called Predestination by the Sperrig brothers. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
I'm familiar with them. Yeah,
I think they may have been the ones that did that. Some sci-fi film. I can't remember the name of it. Skyline. But yeah, really good film. It's I was actually kind of blown away by it. I found out it was based on a short story by Robert Heinlein. So I went and started reading the short story, and actually, believe it or not, I like the film better than the short story, which is kind of rare. So yeah, it stars Ethan Hawke from 2014. So if you guys like sci-fi, hard sci-fi stuff, I'd say check that out.
Yeah, I have to look into that. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what's going on out in the chat tonight. We've got a lively chat going on. What's up to Joe Bob Tar Heel, the White Trash Jedi, DJ Donnelly. We've had a couple of questions about the Rambo 5 trailer, Rambo The Last Blood. Have you guys seen the Rambo The Last Blood trailer?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the scuffed version at Cannes. Is it Cannes? That's how you say it, right? Or
The Con
Con.
Festival.
I was gonna say Cannes, but then that would have been Scene Bean. But yeah, I saw the scuffed version there, so I basically seen the trailer that dropped today. Thanks to our boy Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous. Check out his YouTube channel. But I guess it's Rambo trying to be Clint Eastwood. I don't know. I'm gonna see it, dude. I got like 4 movies I'm looking for in September and October, and going through November 1st. Zombieland 2, Rambo 5, It Chapter 2, and I'm blanking on the last one. But those are like 3 or 4 big ones I'm looking forward to in the fall.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. Was it Midsummer?
Oh, yeah,
me
me
see
too.
that one.
Me too. Yeah, I also want to see The Lighthouse.
Yep.
No BS, dude. I think honestly Crawl could be like legit the alligator Jaws. Like not as epic, but like, like a legit 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that has a lot of sleeper value. Like I think that might come out and surprise a lot of people and really be like one of those sleeper kind of movies, you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. I saw Rambo The Last Blood, and it didn't feel like a Rambo. It didn't feel like the trailer to a Rambo movie to me. I thought the trailer looked good. I'm interested to see the film because I think it looks like a down and dirty, revenge movie. But didn't really feel like a Rambo movie to me. Definitely had some shades of Logan in there. So I don't know. I'm curious to see it. I'm far more curious to see this one than I was the last Rambo movie. Put it that way.
They're going for a hard R, I guess.
I don't know. But have you seen the trailer, Stingray?
I haven't watched it yet. I've
Okay.
I've been following Stallone on social media, so I've seen a good bit of parts of it. But he looks kind of weird. Do you guys agree that he looks weird?
Well, in the cowboy get up. Do you mean like in the cowboy get up, or just
in the cowboy get up? Yeah.
Very weird. Yeah, that again. That just doesn't feel Rambo to me. You know what I mean?
The last movie, I was kind of taken aback by how good it was. So I don't know. I think people are expecting a lot out of this film. So it'll.
Yeah.
That last film, you're like, okay, he's old. It's like 2007. It's not going to be that good because Rocky Balboa is good, but like when he's versing the real fighter, who's like this chiseled black dude, like fucking alpha male to the max. I'm trying to limit my cursing, but anyways, and then he takes his shirt off and he's got like rolls of like fat muscle, but like Rambo, man, the fourth Rambo, oh my god. That movie is so violent. Babies getting thrown in fire for a rated R movie, and then he just takes the 50 cal and just obliterates everybody. Like I was like, oh man, I gotta piss, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold it. Just like that was the meme.
Let's see what else is going on out in the chat. Shout outs to Borderline 11 OG, to Core Cinema. How you doing tonight? And our buddy Josh O'Brien, Anthony Anderson, Steve, Max Punishment. How's it going, Max? Hope you're doing well tonight.
Can I have a few shout outs?
Sure.
Shout out to Sausage Factory Nation, my boy Max Punishment, DJ. We got a game on PSN sometimes. And then me and Jay and I did a hangout on last Saturday or 2 Saturday nights ago. I don't remember what it was.
It'll be 2 weeks from the Saturday.
Joseph Purdue, you're a badass. I think that's who you were, if you're from North Carolina. And then there was some dude, I don't know what his YouTube name is, but he's this dude who lives in New Jersey who's like this big dude with a big, like, massive beard. Like
That's steak sauce, man.
Oh, steak sauce. Okay, yeah. thanks. Yeah, but thanks to both of those guys for coming to the hangout. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was 8 hours.
Epic 8-hour stream.
And we got cut off. It would have kept going.
Yeah, but Google's trying to, they're just hating on us straight up. Like I don't use that word that much, but when, it needs to be used, it needs to be used, And mother effer's got to know. Like, I can't be throwing on these words around. But yeah, it was sick because we watched Terminator 1. I forgot how epic of a movie it was because Terminator 2 is like embedded in my brain, from all the bajillion times we watched it on VHS growing up or, being like a teenager. And, but yeah, T1, man, like the end of that movie, the stop motion animation is just insane. Like it's like hardcore horror, like to the point of Alien. But yeah, so we watched that. That was like 2 hours. And then we just BS for like 3 hours and then everyone showed up. So we're like, all right, cool. The sun's coming up. My mom's like, are we doing anything today? I'm like, probably not.
Yeah. No, I just got out of an 8-hour stream. No, not doing
It was more like my neighbors were like probably triggered above me. And then she just kept coming and she's like, can you shut up, please?
Let's see. Crystal Lake Counselor 1977. What's up? How you doing tonight? Rhonda Toy. What's up, Rhonda? Salvatore Spano. What's up, Salvatore Spano? Salvatore wants to know if we're fans of the Bloodsport sequels or the Kickboxer sequels. I've not seen the Bloodsport sequel, nor wait a minute. Was there a Bloodsport 2?
I'm not even sure. I've seen some of the Kickboxer sequels.
I've seen some of the Kickboxer sequels, but I've not seen the last one that had like Dave Bautista and stuff in it.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah,
I saw the kid from Step by Step in there for a few of them.
Yeah, I remember. I saw a couple of those, but I don't remember a thing about them though.
Fan commentary coming next year.
There you go. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the sequels to either of those franchises because I'm new, but I like Kickboxer. It's a solid movie, but Bloodsport is where it's at, man. That movie is awesome. The Asian dude who's like the Chinese Hercules, whatever his name is, the guy who
Bolo
fights at the
Young.
end.
Bolo Young.
That dude. And I never really pictured it like this, but there's really a trilogy of the same tournament type of movie. You have Enter the Dragon for the 70s, you have Bloodsport in the 80s, and then you got the best one, Mortal Kombat in the 90s. And I never really noticed that at all until Cole told me. He's like, it's the same movie. Enter the Dragon did it first. And I was like, yep. And all three of those movies are badass, to me at least.
Yeah, I'd go with Kickboxer personally because of those sweet dance moves on Van Damme.
Is that where he kicks the tree, like the coconut tree or something?
Yeah. Let's see. Core Cinema wants to know if anybody's watching Chernobyl on HBO. I am not.
Is that any good? Anybody that's watching it?
I'm not. I'm not. Is anybody else in the chat watching it? Let us know if it's
right now. I'm caught up for Ozark season 3, Stranger Things season 3. I'm gonna burn through Cobra Kai season 1 and 2. And I'm going to try and get through Mindhunter. And then I think that's out of active shows, that's pretty much all I'm watching. But yeah.
Man, Ozark season 3.
That's going to be beast, man. Stranger Things season 3 is going to be good, but I'm really waiting on Ozark.
When is Stranger Things coming out?
4th of July.
Yeah. Really? Wow, I need to get busy. I need to catch up again.
So it's literally just fire up the grill, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, steak, and then
grab you a new Coke.
A new Coke. Yeah, there you go.
Cocaine and Coke and Pepsi, everything, dude. Just don't blow your fingers off. Orc advice. We're a month away, pretty much.
Movie Man 95 is in the house. What's up, Movie Man 95? He wants to know if anybody has seen Aladdin yet. I have not, but a lot of people clearly have because it made like what $95 million over the weekend. So a lot of people went and saw that.
2 quick questions. Okay, so then John Wick didn't come out in first place the second week. It did the first week though, and it made a shit ton of money, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
They've already John Wick 4 is happening already.
All right, sweet. Okay, so it might ruin everything, but you know what? It's like John Wick to me. It's as good as films, even though the slashers that we love aren't technically great films, but I don't care, dude. Make Leatherface, Freddy, Jason, Michael movies until I die, like, or until like a comet hits the earth and kills everybody. I love them, man. Even Leatherface sucks, the eighth TCM movie, but it's just fun to see a different take with an actual budget, even though sometimes it's like they don't even try with these films. But what the hell was I saying? Oh, John Wick. So yeah, they're making a fourth, which is good. I'm glad it steamrolled everything the first week it was in the box office. Did Avengers 4 pass Avatar in all-time grossing, or is it going too soon?
Now that I don't know. I may have to let me look that up here.
I just assumed it already had.
Because it was on the way there and it was like getting close or something.
Yeah,
But
I was
I
like,
figured once
whatever.
it drops in South Korea, Japan,
Yeah.
and then especially China, dude, it's over.
I just, it's going to smoke everything when everything's said and done. So
It says here, Avengers Endgame is now the second highest grossing movie of all time, passing Titanic. It's the fastest film to gross $2 billion, but it is apparently not number one yet. It is not number one yet, but it's got its own records. So
it's kind of weird that some of these Disney live action movies seem to be hit and miss with people, because Dumbo came out a couple months ago, and like I haven't heard one person say anything about it.
That's true. Yeah. That movie just disappeared.
I mean, that's Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Can you believe? Oh shit! What's the Lock, Stock guy? Snatch. He's the guy who directed
Aladdin. Yeah. What's his name?
I'm sucking one names
Guy
today.
Ritchie.
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie. Yeah.
It's such an odd film for him to direct, isn't it?
It is, but hey, 97 or 95 something million dollars over the weekend.
I remember another great thing to watch, like, all these comedians podcasts, and just everyone and their mom does a podcast now, but especially Joe Rogan, and I guess Tom Segura too, but that's just biased because he's my favorite comedian. But anyway, Joe Rogan Experience, he had Guy Ritchie on a year, maybe 2 years ago, and he said he had done some kind of like King Arthur movie or something, and he said, yeah, it went well, or whatever the movie was. And he said, that was good, but he basically took Aladdin just because he knew it was going to make just boatloads of money, and it would like further get him places in Hollywood. He just said it straight up. He was like, after like Joe Rogan gushed over about Snatch and Lock, Stock, so he basically admitted it on the podcast, but it was pretty funny though. He's awesome.
Hashtag sellout. Am I right?
Fake it till you make it. I don't blame anybody, man.
I'm not going to hold anything against the guy for that.
DJ Donnelly says, Pizzal, with Google Hangouts ending next year, what will happen to the show from this point on? We are looking at a couple of different platforms, a couple of different there's still ways that we can do it. If we go through Skype, it's going to cost money to do like an 8-person or at least or up to an 8-person video hangout. We could just do like stream it through OBS from a Discord server, but then it would only be audio. So I don't know. We'll figure something out.
We'll probably chip in for Skype just because it's the most normie, and it's the Netflix of fucking God. Sorry, I'm cursing, but it's the Netflix of basically normie chat services. And the video chat's probably 5, 10, 15, and if we all chip in, I mean, we're good.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. I know it. There's a charge to it, but I don't know how much it is. Crystal Lake Counselor 77 is actually our old buddy Chris from Louisiana. How's it going, Chris? Hope you're doing well.
Oh, got a name change.
Yeah, got a name change.
Cool.
Here.
Was this the guy who we did the fundraiser show for?
Yep.
Hey man, I hope your house is like rebuilt and being pros as AF. I can't trust.
Yeah, he's got a new house. He's in it with his family, and I'm sure things are going well.
And that's what's most important, but I hope you're rebuilding your epic movie collection. And that really sucks, man. I can't even imagine like having to go through that. I would have literally probably gone full schizo.
Mm-hmm.
I would say go Tigers, but I can't do it.
Yeah, F all the Saints except Kamara. Alvin Kamara is like the Tyreek Hill running back, so that guy's get him on your fantasy. Come on.
But lively chat tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We appreciate it. Let's talk about a couple of things on our season 7 finale. We talked about the Rambo Last Blood trailer. We already got that taken care of. That was a big thing that came out today. Have you guys, Orc, Stingray, you guys in the audience, are you guys excited for Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
I know work is.
Orc,
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
gonna
hyped?
check out Godzilla King of the Monsters tomorrow. I kind of want to see Ma, but I kind of don't want to spend $750 because it looks like it can be a half decent film. You know, just an old like lady just going ape shit and hanging out with high school kids. But then it's also Blumhouse, and I like to support Jason Blum. So, um, I don't know. I might see Ma, but definitely seeing Godzilla tomorrow. And then after that, Phoenix might be cool because I like her in another movie, I'll just say. But I'm probably going to see Godzilla tomorrow. And then on opening day, I'll see Child's Play. That's probably the next big one I'm going to hit up. Yeah.
When does
June,
Dark Phoenix starts tomorrow?
No. June 7th. But
Oh, okay.
actually, what I'll probably do is see Godzilla tomorrow, which I'm doing for sure. And then on the 21st of June, I'll see Child's Play the day that comes out, like I am with Godzilla. But I'll probably see Toy Story eventually too, because that was like I really only like out of all the animated movies, I really don't give a s about them. Like Despicable Me, all those suck. Like all those crappy movies. Like, but Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 I like because Toy Story 1 was the first, and then I like Kung Fu Panda just because of all the voice actors are amazing, and Jack Black's hilarious, and then they have like Jackie Chan, and I can't even name them all, but those are the only two like franchises I like, and that I'll go see.
By the way, I'm hosting a Ma Party Pack giveaway over on my website. So if you want some Ma swag, head over to pizzal.com.
Will do. That movie looks interesting. I definitely like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good, and if it was the only thing coming out on the 31st, I would check it out. But the second Godzilla, since they did Godzilla and then Skull Island, with the monsters or enemies that they have in it, and from the trailers, yeah, I gotta see that film. And then in 2020, Godzilla and Kong. Oh man, I wish I had an IMAX near me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Our old buddy Jason Lima is in the chat. He says he's excited for Godzilla. Hope you're doing well tonight, Jason.
What's up, Rhode Island?
Actually, let me pull up this window here. Godzilla King of the Monsters is not getting good reviews. Here is one review from NPR that says it barely even breathes fumes. Forbes says sometimes bigger isn't always better.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop you there. Okay, NPR is a bunch of libtards, and then Forbes is a bunch of conservacucks who have way too much money anyway. So I'm just going to get I can't have popcorn at the moment, which really sucks, but I'm going to get a large Diet Pepsi, and I'm just going to drool on myself, because that's what we do, you know? I mean, if you're seeing Godzilla, you got to see Hobbs and Shaw. I mean,
well, touche, Orc. Rotten Tomatoes has only got it at a 41%, and Rotten Tomatoes is gold.
Yo, real talk. Can I get a real talk, Jay?
That's real talk.
Hold on. Here's a real talk. The only thing I put more faith in than the Lord Jesus is Rotten Tomatoes scores. Okay,
That is true. That is true.
there you go. Go ahead, Orc.
I like Rotten Tomatoes as a movie site, but it's definitely the worst. If you want like legit reviews, of course, well, to read up, Wikipedia is good, obviously, when they're not lying, which it's getting way better than it used to be like 10 years ago. That being said, IMDb is the main site, which is good. Metacritic is the most reliable and honest reviews for sure. And then I like Letterboxd, and if you don't have an account, you should just make one. And it's Letterboxd is easily the best movie social networking site now that the IMDb forums are gone. Like, no contest.
Yeah.
The old IMDb forums. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man, you talk about something that I loved and hated at the same time.
The old Friday the 13th films.com boards and the old Halloween movies.com boards. Oh my god, I had fun of those. With those, like it'd be like what do you like more? The rooftop scene in Halloween 4, the laundry chute scene in Halloween 5, and it would be like 600 votes to like 500 and just a bunch of Halloween nerds just arguing. Actually, it's not, the knife didn't go through when your foot was down. It's like just hilarious.
You know, I was thinking about the old IMDb forums the other day, and I was thinking about how, like, I had discovered the whole Finding Freeman movement courtesy of the IMDb forums, and how I just like got just completely enamored with the idea that there were all these people out there hunting down Eric Freeman and going to the links of actually like calling every listed Eric Freeman in the country and asking, "Are you the Eric Freeman?" That's why when I was making Eric Freeman's website, he was like, "Well, what should I call it? I can't call it ericfreeman.com was already purchased by some artist."
Hmm.
And I was like, no, Eric, you're the Eric Freeman. So you need to be the ericfreeman.com. But I just thought it was odd that, you know, I don't know. I just remember those forums. I have really fond memories of the IMDb forums.
Me too.
Yeah, from like the Finding Freeman thing, the Buffy forums. I don't really remember the Friday the 13th ones that
Yeah,
much.
the four I used to frequent. I mean, IMDb back, you know, when Amazon was selling like the 3-disc Suspiria DVD edition from Anchor Bay, but IMDb, Wikipedia wasn't around obviously, but shit, what was I saying? Oh, HalloweenMovies.com was the Halloween one. Friday the 13th Films.com was Friday the 13th, and then I don't know if they're still good. I imagine they suck now, but Arrow in the Head. I remember when that first dropped, and he had like 10 reviews on the site, and then a great one was upcominghorrormovies.com or .net, one of the two. And that would, you'd know everything about any horror movie that had any buzz or that was in post-production or pre-production or already filmed. And then it would tell you everything that was hitting DVD, going to theaters, or has buzz around it. But yeah.
It's odd. Like I remember, you know, the forum days, you know what I mean? Like I was on the Arrow in the Head forums, but that was really about it. You know what I mean? I didn't visit a whole lot of them, but I just remember how, you know, I don't know. I'm trying. Did YouTube destroy the forum community, or like what was it? Was it other social media platforms that just destroyed the forum community? Because I mean, there's just, you know, it seemed like one day forums just became completely.
I think Facebook maybe did that.
Mm-hmm.
You had Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube kind of all just took a giant dump on forums because MySpace was, you know, for high school kids and could have your stupid song playing and all that shit. And then Facebook was for college kids. We see who won out that one. Tom got his million to 2 million and got out, you know, smart move. And then there's groups and everything on Facebook, and then when YouTube wasn't trash, I mean, amazing, Google. I love you. You know, and you could actually have like backgrounds and make your channels different color. And they would actually tell you, and I know they still have this somewhere in a data server, the complete number of hours and minutes and seconds of every single YouTube video you've watched on X account that you're using, and then the total number of videos. I would love to know that. I think I've probably, since I watched in 05, but I made my account in 06, and that's what, 13 years. I probably spent like 3 years on YouTube, I would imagine. Maybe 4. I don't know.
Our buddy Christian joined us, man. What's up, Christian? How are you?
I'm good, man. I don't know if I'm qualified to jump in this conversation.
Hey, show off that new tat, man.
Oh,
Ooh,
what? Not
new
new.
tattoo.
I'm just a very private person. I've got that, just a Halloween tat, and then a curse of thorn right there.
Nice.
Oh man,
You have a Blue Oyster Cult tat if anyone cares.
Oh,
awesome, man.
I love Blue Oyster Cult. Cool.
Yeah, I saw you put those up on Instagram the other day.
Yeah. wife was like, you don't show anybody your tats. I'm like, well, I don't get them for people to see. Typically, I get them because I just
Right.
number one, just have a compulsion to do it. But she was like, show it off. It looks good. Show it off. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm
You're
gonna
like,
ask
you're like,
Lauren. Lauren said he's got a lot of horror related tattoos. I want to see some of his stuff.
yeah. I've seen a few of them. He's got beast ones. He's got a Godzilla one that's savage. He's got like a Friday the 13th tribute one with his favorite final girl, Amy Steele, and then it's got like a mixture of like part 3, 7, and like 10 Jasons all mixed up. It was pretty sick, but yeah, I understand where Christian Hannah's coming from. It's like you have all these clout chasing like Instagram chicks, and they're like, "Oh my god, I have all my tattoos, and this is a butterfly of when I was a hooker," and like all this shit. And you're just like, "Oh my god, kill me."
Well, thanks for joining us tonight on the season finale, Christian. You made your debut this year on the Sausage Factory, and you joined us for a few shows. So good to have you on board. That's for sure.
Thank you. It's always fun.
Yeah. Have you seen any good movies lately?
I just watched that. What's the movie? I forget the name of the movie. Without spoiling it, in case anybody's watching hasn't seen it, it's the movie about the girl who's I think she's a cello player or something. She goes to the Perfectionist. Is that what it's called? I think that's it. It's a Netflix movie, just came out.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
Not seen that. No.
Yeah, I think it's called. It's a Netflix movie, and honestly, I watched a lot of completely not horror movie related. I'm a closet wrestling guy. I don't talk about that much either, but this Dark Side of the Rings were absolutely fantastic, even if you're not a wrestling fan, because it was done well enough to where you don't have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy it. I started watching another Netflix show called Dead to Me with the lovely Applegate girl from, what's her name, Christine Applegate.
Christine Applegate.
She's just beautiful to me. I don't care. And I like that she didn't look like she hasn't affected herself in a medical way, if you know what I mean. So
Good.
she just looks great to me, and she's a killer actor, So I love that show. I'm on like episode 3 or 4, so nobody spoil anything if you've seen it. God, every episode ends with a moment of, oh my God, well I have to watch the next one now. So
Oh yeah.
Cool.
as far as horror, I don't know. Trying to think, random stuff. Like I finally saw Shin Godzilla. Speaking of Godzilla, and I thought it was good. It's crazy to compared to like America, it seems so cheap, but I still really liked it. I want to go see the new Godzilla. Other than that, I don't know. Subspecies, I've been watching those.
Awesome.
Loving them.
Yeah, they're actually making a new one.
No hope for that because Charles Band's just, I don't think he cares anymore. Plus, I don't know. I can't really comment too much on that. I haven't watched a whole lot of new Full Moon stuff. They obviously, they were the king of the video store back in the day, and they really had some good stuff. But I mean, at the Evil Bong and stuff like that, I don't know. It's not
Ginger Dead Man and Evil Bong. That's what they're going with lately. Seems like.
Yeah, stupid stuff. Yeah. When they had,
I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, when they had that deal with Paramount back in the day, I mean, they put out some really good stuff. But then once Paramount pulled out, they just kind of went way downhill.
All that Stuart Gordon stuff they put out was good.
Yeah, man. Pit and Pendulum. I got that. I haven't seen it yet. Love Castle Freak.
Yeah.
Cool. It's funny because seeing the Reanimator guy, I forget his name.
Jeffrey
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Seeing Jeffrey without glass. He kind of looks like he's trying to.
My name is Pizzo.
Something because without glasses and his hair pushed back, I'm like, who is this cool guy? That's not Jeffrey Combs, but yeah, that was a good movie. And Full Moon, man, even Doll Man. I went into this movie thinking it was gonna be like the most ridiculous thing, and it was, but it was still good. That Tom Thomerson guy is just hilarious without even trying to be. So,
dude, you're like C+ Christian movie like or some shit. I don't know. You're getting there.
Well, I met Charles at Texas Frightmare. Like I saw him, and I just went up and talked to him because he doesn't really do autographs or nothing. And I talked to him for a minute, and I was like, "Well, you know what? That was a good experience. Now, finally watch something besides Puppet Master." So,
and that's my favorite franchise. I like retro Atari Puppet Master 27, but I love those films, but. Full Moon I can tolerate, and I love the Puppet Master franchise, but I hate doing it because Kaufman's such a great guy. I despise Trauma. That's like the Drake of like horror. It's like legit. I just can't do it. Can't do it.
It may be embarrassing for me to admit because my channel name is Christian Hannah Horror, but yeah, I've never brought myself to watch much of anything from.
The only trauma stuff I should say there's been there's been some trauma stuff that I've watched that's just been straight garbage, but you know the first Toxic Avenger is good.
Yeah.
The
first Nukem High is good.
The first Nukem High is good. Terra Firma, I like that. Trying to think what else I've seen. Well, we'll see. Troma also, they make their own movies, but then they buy and distribute movies too. So a lot of the stuff, probably a lot of the crap, is just stuff that they've bought and distributed. Stuff like Mother's Day. Mother's Day is good, but I'm just throwing some out there. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, I think, is something they bought and just distributed.
But for the genre, I definitely love how Brand and Kaufman hustled their butts off, to like, just keep pumping out movies and stuff like that. But, we don't get as many that we enjoy, but still.
Yeah.
Combat Shock is one I like a lot that I'd recommend. I don't think that's an original either. I think they just kind of bought it.
Yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that.
Actually, I did like one. Kaufman had some kind of part in the movie, but I like Christmas Evil. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He distributed that. Yeah.
Hey, Piz, just off topic, but I was thinking about it. I watched your video. I forgot what it was called, but you're talking about people just, if they say they don't like a movie, the video topic was talking about how it's illegal to have an opinion, because if you have an opinion, you're a troll, you're a piece of crap, you're just getting attention, which I really love the video, especially when you bringing up Ghostbusters 3. But like, I'm thinking to myself, now I want to see Piz do a video, because somebody's got to do it, and I'm not big enough to do it. Somebody has to do a video talking about Halloween franchise trolls. Like, that is what I can't stand. That's my biggest thing is people, like, when the new movie came out, to see all these comments like, oh, worst in the series, this movie was absolutely terrible. I'm like, are you for real? Like, how can you say that Halloween 2018? I've got issues with it, sure. It's not a perfect film, but how can you genuinely say Halloween 2018 is the worst ever? Are you kidding me?
Yo, Christian, you know what triggers the hell out of me? All these freaking normie movie fans that couldn't tell a good movie or a horror film, yet alone a slasher film, from the back of their ass. Sorry if this video gets flagged. Every Friday the 13th list, every effing one, man. Okay, part 5 and part 8 aren't my favorites at all, but I like them and they're enjoyable movies. But like 5 is always the last one, just because it's not Jason. I'm like, bro, it's a slasher. It's a slasher. Like, what more do you want?
I saw Piz's list he did, and the first 15 minutes, like 5 minutes of it, I was like, well, somebody's not happy with dead meat.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was the video that triggered me, because the dude was like, and number 1 on my list is Jason X, or like, number 3 on my list is Freddy versus Jason, and like the worst of the worst is part 5. And I was just like, dude, you're nah.
Yeah, and then it's like, like you're saying with Halloween, like Halloween 3 isn't my favorite, not even close, but they put Rob Zombie 1 and 2 before Halloween 3, and Halloween 3 is in like the last 2 or 3 films out of all 11 of them. I'm like, what are you smoking, dude?
Right, and it's not even that. It's movies that haven't freaking come out yet. Like, I get so aggravated, but I keep my mouth shut on the internet, because I literally can't post anything without somebody just having to disagree just for the sake of it. People are ripping the Child's Play remake. You haven't seen it yet. How can you say it looks terrible? It's not fucking come out yet. What? God almighty.
I think with the new Halloween movie, I think it was just because I think a lot of the hatred for that movie was because it retconned the sequels. And I think some people are just inclined to just not like anything new. And go ahead, Ort.
And I have Endurance Productions, who's B Junior, who was a founding member, who's doing other stuff. Hopefully sometime he returns eventually. But he said one thing that he said it every now and then, but I really thoroughly agree with it. And let's just take everything I like, for example. So, graphic novels, single player games, multiplayer games, movies, and TV. If you haven't watched or played or read any of those, like with a few exceptions like Trauma, I just gave up. But I try and, watch something or play something before I like judge it. Like MK11, the story mode, before being like, oh, it sucks. So I kind of see where Christian's coming from. But for people who are like, they just say everything sucks, and then there's like Avengers 4 is fucking dog doo doo, and I'm like, I didn't like it the most either, but I'd give it 6.5 out of 10. It's not all bad.
It's crazy, man. Like I sometimes I feel like I live in a world just full of jackasses, and I believe me, I am a jackass. Trust me. I I'm venting here because I never do it. I always like keep my mouth. I'm very polite on my channel because I don't know. I never talk about anything I don't like. That's just a waste of time to me. For me to it's like just if I don't want to review a movie that I absolutely hate, I'm just not going to give it the hours worth of editing a video. His is different because he's got people that more or less like depend on his his has people that wait for his review on something, so that's kind of different. I'm a nobody, but Piz has people that will like genuinely want to see what he thinks about the movie. So Piz kind of has a bit of a responsibility. So I'm not saying it's different, but man, I swear to God, like I can't take it. Like I can't get on the internet no more, on Facebook specifically, because it's just so much trash talking. And this movie's gonna be so terrible. This movie sucks. It looks like shit. You haven't seen it. You saw a trailer, for God's sakes. Now, if you're unhappy with it, don't pay the money to go see it. But you're going to, and then you're gonna bitch because something else gets remade. I mean,
I'm sorry, no, it's not even a full trailer, 1, 2, or 3 or Red Band. It's like a 30-second to a minute trailer, and they're like, "Man, did you see the face of Jason?" I couldn't believe it. His hockey mask was off to the left a little bit. Fuck this movie.
Well, I think some of the hatred too, I think, stems from a bad trailer. If the trailer looks bad, well, and there's bad trailers, and then there's trailers that just give the whole movie away, and then it's why even watch the movie? But I I've said before, like with the new Terminator trailer, I watched that trailer and I was like, man, that trailer looks bad.
Agreed.
The CGI looks really bad. It looks low. It looks cut rate. It's where's John Connor at? What's with this new girl? And it looks like we're getting woke here, and I just don't. I don't know. It doesn't look like my cup of tea, but I'll probably end up watching it because it's a Terminator movie, and I've seen all of them except for Part 3, which I'll eventually get around to watching Part 3. But a lot of the problem is just bad trailers.
Agreed, and that's a unique slice of pie because I don't think anybody, including God for that matter, is expecting this movie to. You can't beat, much less level, Terminator 2, in my opinion. Probably one of the greatest movies ever made. It's everything. So there's everybody's gonna kind of have like their back against the wall with any kind of Terminator film, and I worry that they're just gonna keep saying, okay, well, we're gonna get it the next Terminator movie. We're gonna get them this time. They weren't happy with the last one, but damn it, this is gonna be the one. So
all we've got to do is dust off Arnold, and people will come. We'll put Arnold in there for a cameo or for whatever kind of role, and people will come. So. My buddy Steven, Bad Raven, is in the chat. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you and Drew are doing well. He says, "Hey Piz, I can't wait to see the new Child's Play movie. Can't wait to hear Mark Hamill's voice as Chucky." Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too. Really looking forward to it too. Oh, and our old buddy Rambo Raff is in the chat tonight as well. Rambo is actually moving, and hopefully he'll get some better internet, and he will rejoin us for season 8 of the show. So yeah, hope you're doing well, Rambo. Good luck on that move, man. I know moving sucks. It's not easy, but good luck with all that.
And I hope there's a McDonald's within a mile of your house.
Let's see. Somebody complimented your man cave. Oh, DJ complimented your man cave, Christian.
Thank you. It's all right. Can't complain.
Let's see, what else do we have to talk about here tonight, folks? Stingray, did you catch the series finale of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I did.
We're showing up a little late to the party for the Game of Thrones finale, but I think I needed a week to kind of let that one sink in, because right after watching that finale, I just felt kind of empty inside. What were your thoughts on the series finale, Stingray?
Oh man, it's I wasn't happy with a lot of the choices they made, as were apparently everyone else that saw it. I haven't talked to anyone that was like cool with it, but I mean, you were spot on with a lot of the things you said. But I mean, I don't want to spoil anything here, but I don't know. I just really wish they'd given it like a proper 2 full seasons to flesh that story out. It's just really a shame.
Yeah.
They could have done away with the walkers in an appropriate way and then had the rest of that story play out also.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do it in 2 episodes, maybe do it in
2 seasons.
10, yeah.
Yeah. I feel the same way. It's such a shame that it's like they just wanted to get it over with as quickly as possible this season and get the series over with as quickly as possible. And it just feels like they completely shortchanged the fans and the entire, I mean, that was such a great show for all of these seasons. And for it to kind of go out on a low point like that, it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing. And the series will be judged by its final season.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to be talking about, there was a great, the red wedding, oh my god, whatever. It's going to be like, god, it went out on a low point, man. That last season was that finale was so it's too bad.
It's just like they had so many things they wanted to hit and just didn't have the time or the budget to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to blame it on the writers. Everyone wants to say, they just wanted to move on to Star Wars. They didn't care about it. I mean, if you watch the behind the scenes on some of those episodes, man, these are epic productions. Like, I wouldn't say they just, didn't give it their all or whatever. I just feel like, I mean, on one side, it's hard to please all the fans, and it's hard to get everything they want in there in that limited amount of time and limited budget. So, I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that regard.
Yeah, well, certainly from a cinematic point of view, I mean, they put, the cinematography and the production design and the music and, I mean, all of that is just absolutely top notch. You know what I mean? The way that, from a cinematic point of view, from a production point of view, it's absolutely top notch. It's unfortunate that the writing didn't stay on that level, because I mean, you can't fall. I mean, you could, episode 3 was a little dark. It was edited a little odd, but everything else was just so, everything was so good. The cinematography, the production design, the effects, the editing, the music, the performances, everything was just top notch. No doubt about that.
And we got to see Ghost again at the end.
We did, yes.
So
John,
that was enough for me to be okay with it.
John finally he petted Ghost at the end, so thank goodness.
Like, we don't get to see Ghost again. If we don't get resolution on that, I'm going to flip this table right now.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to know the statistics of how many people unsubscribed from HBO after that episode, because I'm sure there was a lot. There were a lot of people unsubscribing, and I think HBO knew that was going to happen, because before the show and directly after the show was like this big montage of, hey, here's all of our other shows that you should not, you should stick around for, because we've got a lot of other good shows too. So don't forget, just because Game of Thrones is over, we've still got a lot more. So don't just unsubscribe because of that. But
come on, you're dealing with people with uTorrent. They canceled their free trial so they wouldn't get hit with 15 in the first place.
I like HBO. I think they give really great programming. It's one thing that I don't really have to gamble on watching shows. I like virtually everything I watch on HBO. That's comedies, to dramas, everything. I watch a lot of stuff. They're bringing back Big Little Lies season 2, be coming soon. I'm looking forward to that.
I gotta go off of what Jay's saying. Like HBO is the originators, the original Netflix before there was Netflix. But the I'm not really a fan of like any of Hulu shows, to be honest. But with HBO originally, then Netflix, and then now Amazon Prime, the budgets they put into some of these TV shows, holy shnikes.
Mhm.
Man, like it's pretty epic. Like Stranger Things, I've seen a few episodes of House of Cards, Goliath, the show with what's his name? Help me out, dude. Dated Angelina Jolie, Bad Santa, Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And then of course HBO. I mean, you look back on like The Sopranos and The Wire. I mean, that was The Wire. The Wire's first season was like 7 or 6 years before the first season of Breaking Bad, and it's just like, you know, amazing how well it was done. Even though I know Breaking Bad is AMC, but yeah, I mean, some of the that's what the coolest thing is like when you think like an episode is gonna stick in a certain area or have X amount of effects and money behind it, and then there's just like crazy stuff like in Stranger Things or in I don't know, True Detective or something. I
Mhm.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. That's pretty much all I've got to talk about.
Well, I mean, the biggest piece of news I had was, did you guys hear the cat died in Pet Cemetery? Like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't.
From the new Pet Cemetery.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I think he died yesterday.
Oh, that's
It's
not good.
unfortunate. No.
Yeah, the what was it? What was the Grumpy Cat passed away too?
Yeah.
Oh, a Steak Sauce has just joined us. What's up, Steak Sauce? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well.
But anyway, this cat will be back, obviously.
He'll be back. He'll return. He'll return. Well, let me ask the chat. What have you guys got planned for this summer? Any big plans for this summer? Let us know. What are you guys' plans for this summer? Christian, any big summer plans?
A lot of gigging with the band. Other than that, I may go see my brother in North Carolina. That's about it.
Okay, cool. Well, let me. We've had lots of people asking about your little man cave there behind you. What? How long did it take you to amass that? And are you at the point that I'm at right now, where your wall space is like, there is none. There's no wall space left, unless I'm going to have to start putting things like on the ceiling.
Basically, if I
Yeah.
can get the people of view. Basically, anything I buy, it's to replace. It's not to add. So, when it comes to like mask stuff, some stuff can't be replaced. Like my Killer Clown, can't buy that. That's not a Walmart special, so that it's not going anywhere. But like some of my Fridays, I got some pretty decent Fridays up there. I don't know how well I'm showing that. There's all my puppet masters, in case we were talking about that earlier. I need a jester still.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna interrupt you. That blade statue or figure like is badass from Puppet Master. Yeah.
I don't know if I can reverse my camera. Hold on. Yeah. Those are my puppet masters. I've got.
Oh man, you got Pinhead, and then what's Inferno? Is that the dude on the left?
Back there,
dude. Those
yeah.
are sick, dude.
My Chucky. I've shown that before. Yeah, this is probably 9.5, 10 years worth of collecting on and off. Probably there was like 1 or 2 times I got out of horror hardcore where I just got into like action movies, but I quickly usually get out of that. Yeah, if I get a bust like a Freddy or something, something in the collection either gets sold or just put in the closet, because the problem with mask collecting is, when you get into it, you tend to just buy cheaper stuff first. You'll get yourself a trick or treat mask, and then you'll get this and then that, and then you'll spend money on a bigger piece. You go to Devil's Latex or something, and you'll spend the $250 to get a nice acrylic or what have you piece. And then once you have something nice, you realize, oh, I can never just buy a cheap mask again. At least you tell yourself that, And then,
I have a quick question. Can I interrupt you real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
So you and Piz have amazing man caves, and I don't think it's an addiction at all. It becomes an addiction when you have to buy a million copies of everything. Cinema sickness, basically. Even though I support his Patreon, so I can shit on him a little bit. But when you guys have as much stuff as you both do, which I don't think is an addiction, and people who say it is are dumb. But anyways, and you're running low on space, what do you do when space gets low for DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4K Blu-rays of any kind? Do
I
you
guess
just like
I'm gonna have to find that out soon because I've got the one DVD shelf maxed out. I got the Blu-ray shelf at Scream Factories about maxed out. I told myself I was gonna make a little VHS collection maxed out. So I have a giant IKEA shelf in the living room full of horror laser discs, and it's just the crazy thing is, man, I got probably, and this is over time. I'm not made of money. I'm a blue collar guy, but over the 10 years, I've probably got anywhere between 10 to 15 grand worth of laser. I've got all the Fridays, which are they're disgusting on eBay. Disgusting.
and you guys both have vinyl too, right? You're collecting that?
I I'm done with vinyl. I've got way too much, and I've got a lot of just great stuff. I've got every Blue Oyster Cult, every Alice Cooper, everyone, Japanese vinyl. I get addicted to bands, and I just want to have everything. I had to stop myself with Kiss. And then I just vinyl. Typically, my wife likes to get vinyls, but we usually just do soundtracks. She loves Twin Peaks. She's addicted to Twin Peaks. So anything Twin Peaks, we got to get that. The Laserdisc, I'm kind of done. I'm semi-retired. It's just got to be a movie I realize I don't have that I really want. But I've gotten to where I'm over okay, I want to watch this film grainy and I want to watch it in this. Like now, I just want to sit. I got a nice couch in here. I said, I just want to get it on Blu-ray. I want to watch it on Blu-ray, and I just want to enjoy it. I'm kind of over it. Like I kind of had like the turtleneck. I was like the turtleneck guy with the glasses across my legs. Like I want to watch this film how it was intended to be seen. I got over that pretty quick because I was just like, okay, this VHS is old and warped, and this Laserdisc is laser rotted. Screw this. I'm getting.
Check it out. It's 2007. PS3s are going for $500. I'm gonna always stick to DVD, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, 4K TVs and 4K players will take off until DVD and Blu-ray dies, which will be in between 3 and 5 years. But right now, an Xbox, it's not as good as a Sony player, right? But an Xbox One S is going for $280 right now.
Right.
Okay, now think one holiday or two holidays from now, it'll be going for like $200 or $150, a 4K Blu-ray player, and a 65-inch 4K TV will be like, if you get a model that's a year or two old, like $250, maybe.
That's basically
Like,
what I paid for mine. I got a Black Friday deal. I haven't got a 4K player yet. Man, my wife always says it's officially like the norm when you get into it, Christian, because I wait till the last minute when it comes to just anything major, like what are those things on the back of phones? Like I waited till everybody basically got one, then I got myself one. Even Blu-ray. I mean, it was, dude, legitimately 2013, 2014. And the only reason I really started getting Blu-ray was because Scream Factory said, okay, we're not making DVDs anymore. So then I finally was just like, well, I'm addicted to these horror releases, so I guess I'm starting to get Blu-ray. But I need to get. I got the 4K TV to experience 4K because, I made the mistake, of making a post on Facebook, just asking people's opinions, which doesn't exist on Facebook. It's only facts from everybody. But I said, should I jump to 4K? Blah blah blah. Not is it the norm, because I'm not interested in whether you think it's going to die in 3 years. I just want to know, do people see a difference? And some people, I legit, you go on my Facebook and look at the post. Some guys were just like, no, it's terrible. And I'm like, oh, so when did you get into it? No, I haven't got it yet. It's like, well, how do you know? What are you talking about? So I don't know, but I need to. I want to get a player. My problem is just finding one that's not going to cost me $100.
and see, here's the dumb thing about that. And everything, the TVs which you already have, and all the players will decrease in price. And hopefully they pump out enough of them that once everything does go digital, we have, there's, forget 4K Blu-ray and regular Blu-ray, a bajillion DVD players. I mean, the PS2 dropped in '01 because I remember, because I got Slipknot's Disaster Pieces way back in the day, and that's a DVD player. I mean, even though you have to update it. So
Right.
there are so many DVD players. But the thing is, with people like that on Facebook, besides people who you think, being really unintelligent and really, really stupid, what was I going to say? He probably has like a Mitsubishi, like 40-inch TV that's 4K when you need like 55 or bigger. But
People
well,
did say that your TV has to be to really notice the gradients or whatever. You got to have a big enough TV to really be able to see the subtle differences in color timing and sharpness and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
you should go. You should go definitely 55 to 85. I mean, obviously we're talking complete overkill now, but the ultimate mic drop comment I say is like DVD was big, 96, 97 it came out. Blu-ray was what, 06, 07. 4K Blu-ray is the best your eye can see. Now, you know where I was like how people are with 4K Blu-ray right now? You know what I was like that with? Not HD DVD, because they were competing with each other.
right.
Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray. I was like, I fucking hate 3D in the theater. I hate 3D. It's even worse at home, like Friday the 13th 3D on DVD. Dude, I was like, I still hate that format. If you gave me 30 Blu-ray DVD, I mean, 40 3D Blu-rays, I wouldn't even take them. I'd be like, nope, I don't have the space, sorry. I would just like give them the Piz or something.
I've never.
That's a format I was like, no, because it's useless to me. I don't want to get glasses and a stupid TV that sucks, that's curved like a freaking something in like Shaq's house.
Right.
4K is the best your eye can see if you have a big enough TV. That's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, my only concern with getting into the 4K is, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm ignorant, but like for instance, like the Halloween 4K. I can't comment on the quality. I'm wondering how much better can you make a 1978 film look from Blu-ray to 4K? Like a new film, if it's shot in all the the nicest cameras and everything like that, I can definitely see getting new movies in 4K. You'd probably really be able to say, good God, good Lord, look at this. But I question, and maybe Piz can comment. Like I question, how much better can it really look, especially buying all these older movies? Like, how do you really make them look that much better? Because when you look at a Blu-ray of like Pet Sematary or whatever, like I say, well, this looks like it's as good as it can possibly be. So,
what I noticed particularly with like the Halloween 4K was just little details that you couldn't see on other editions, like wallpaper, like what kind of wallpaper was in people's houses, or there were certain sequences they can only upscale it so much, again, because you're talking about a movie that was shot 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But there were sequences in it that looked really good, really crisp, really clean. It looked like they were shot on like a digital camera. They looked that clean. But now, when you're the best 4K Blu-ray that I've seen, hands down, was the new Blade Runner. That thing looked phenomenal in 4K. But that's a brand new movie, and that
Right.
movie was like intended to be seen on the best possible, method. You know what I mean? Whatever whatever the theater specifications were. But yeah, I've kind of thought of that too. Like when you're talking about a 4K UHD release of a movie that's 30, 40 years old.
Here's a great comparison, though. Sorry, go ahead, finish.
It can only be so good. You know what I mean?
But that's where my interest lies. For instance, Godzilla King of the Monsters, when that gets a 4K release, Piz, I'm sure you'll pick that up and you'll probably say, good, this looks almost too good. That's what I'm really interested in, is new release movies, because I feel maybe the technology now can really benefit from that, because I don't feel like paying more money to just, no offense, like I don't need to have the wallpaper enhanced in a Halloween movie, and that's for a lot of films like that. But it's really the new stuff I'm more interested in, like you said with Blade Runner, that's gonna make me want to jump the gun, or not jump the gun, but jump to getting 4K. So
here's something to think about real quick. Okay, so Universal Monster movies, we watched them on TV all the time, pre-digital cable. Once digital cable came in, VHS, of course, and then a lot of us had a lot of the DVDs. The Universal Monsters box set came out. There was like 3 different versions: the UK version, an American version, then like some other, a North American version, I should say. And those movies are from the 30s. And I know it's the jump from 480p to 1080 or 720, whatever you're watching on, but those are from the 30s, and they clean them up amazingly. So I unless it's just a crappy release, like you know how Blu-rays just look like dog shit sometimes. I mean, I would just like read reviews on Blu-ray.com and stuff and take people's opinions personally.
Mhm.
I don't think we're ever going to see the jump in quality that we had from DVD to Blu-ray. I don't think we're ever going to see that dramatic amount of difference because, like I've got the new Pet Cemetery on 4K, right? It's one of the only 4K disc I own. I don't have a 4K player yet, but if I pop that in, is that going to look that much better than the Blu-ray transfer of that?
I actually preferred the Blu-ray for that release. To be
So
honest,
isn't that? I mean, that seems like something we don't really need to be wasting our money on, right?
Well, I'm interested to know why. Did they just go out of their way to screw the film's
the
look
the color timing was really weird on the 4K. Like it was really. I'm trying to think back to my review. It was really dark. It was too dark. And the Blu-ray is the complete opposite. The Blu-ray was great. Blu-ray was beautiful. But the 4K UHD was just too dark. I don't know. The color timing on that was just way off.
It's almost like they do like that just to justify the release. Besides the fact that the remake was coming out, so they had name recognition at the time, which is calculated. I don't know if people realize that, but it's like, okay, Pet Cemetery is coming out.
That's how we got the great My Bloody Valentine with all the extra stuff put back in when they came out with the remake.
Dude, when as soon as the Platinum Dunes remakes came out, like for literally all of the 2000s and somewhat right till like right now, we got like a re-release of like 1 or 2 editions of like Stepfather, Last House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes, like just to cash in, just to get those sweet Jacksons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's when the Nightmare Blu-ray came out. I mean, they did that with everything, man. Like,
well, that was that was the best thing about the remake era is that we got new releases of the old stuff. You know what I mean?
They'd have the Halloween displays out, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, there's 50 versions of Last House on the Left. Cool, sweet." Just like
is the inevitable box set. I'm sure you ready to pre-order just like I would. The inevitable 4K price.
Oh yeah, you the Friday the 13th 4K box set. Yeah, that would have to be.
Tell me it won't happen. Like, just like, please, like you really.
I don't think it'll happen in 4K. It won't happen in 4K. I don't think you can upscale those. I don't think 4K would really do anything for them. I mean, maybe like part. Yeah, maybe like the from like part 8 on, but some of those, yeah. I mean,
you see Kevin Bacon's neck, like his blue neck vein, like shredding.
I don't know.
You can see the toothpicks real good in part 1 on
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you can see the toothpicks and like the shrimp cocktail dip flying out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll answer the collecting question after I throw this out there, because there was some discussion of cherry Coke in the chat a little while ago. If you guys want real cherry Coke, next time you go to a restaurant that has a bar, order a Coke with grenadine in it. That is good stuff. And you'll know if you take this, if your first sip makes your entire mouth go dry, that is a good cherry Coke. That means they put that sugary, sweet grenadine in there, just the perfect amount. That's real cherry Coke right there.
If you have to double up on your medication, it was a good one.
If you're diabetic, you may want to, don't tread there, but otherwise good stuff, man. Good stuff. But as far as what I've done with collecting Blu-rays and whatever, I really had to at one point I just looked at my shelves and I said, okay, I can take that off of there because that's a movie I'm never going to watch again. I can take that off because that was a movie I watched once and I'll never watch again. There were literally movies that I had bought just because they were cheap and I never got around to watching them. And then I was like, am I going to watch that? No. Okay. Then it comes off. And then there were also, like, if I've got, if there were movies that I'd upgraded to Blu-ray, I would pull those off. just to make more room. And I probably pulled off 200, maybe a few more.
I legit have 20 of your old DVDs. I hadn't. The Chopping Mall Vestron came out. You kept that. You reviewed it. The review is dank as F. And then I hadn't seen the movie, and I watched the Lionsgate release of the DVD of Chopping Mall, and that movie's awesome. So yeah, I helped you with that problem.
Yeah. So I mean, I really had to, look at what, what do I want to keep on there and what can I take off? And I sold a bunch. But I've still got I've got a big stack in my storage room. I've got a bunch stashed in like this ottoman here. And I'm going to have to go back there and do that again pretty soon. Cause I've got like 6 shelves and I'm already, at the point of running out again. So yeah. Let's see. Rambo Wrath wants to join. Let me send Rambo the link and hopefully he'll be able to join us. Let's see. There he is. Okay, Rambo, here you go. There's the link to join us. Hop on if you can. But yeah. So I just have to, got to make room. Got to sacrifice some of the old for the new, and some of the the ones that I've upgraded. So that's how I've done it.
What sucks with me is I'm a poster hoe. Like, I always want to just change out. I get bored. My Return of the Living Dead 3 has lasted the longest because I actually just love the poster, but I want to swap this out. If you actually open up a lot of my posters on the wall, if you pull it down, there's like 5 or 6. And because I'll say, okay, that Nightmare 4, I'm sick of saying it. Let's get, whatever. Let's get, Manhunter in here. Let's put him. Oh, that'd look cool. Then I'll look at that for a week and say, okay, I'm going to put something. I'll get cheap prints off Amazon.
Well, what I've done with posters is, because I literally have no more room for posters in here. Like, I've got a little bit of room here, like directly in front of me, but my girlfriend's like, put them in your bedroom. Just hang, you've got I literally have nothing on the wall of my bedroom. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody will see them in there. And she's like, well, you'll see them. And I go, all I do in there is sleep. So, I mean, it almost feels like, I don't know, kind of a waste that I would be putting anything in there because nobody sees it. And I don't even see it myself, because all I do when I go in there is go to bed, go to sleep.
Man, one sheets, that's my jam, man. That's like original one sheets. That's like the main thing I collect.
Well, and those one sheets are huge.
Oh, they are.
I've just got poster tubes all over the place, man.
Yeah. I don't have any. The only thing original I have, which I love, my wife got it for me years ago. I say years ago, excuse me, probably 6 or 7 years ago. I got an original rolled, not folded, but an original rolled Halloween 3. And took us a while to get a frame for it because it's 41, not 40. So it's like screwed. Mm-hmm. It's like just a little bit bigger. We found a frame online, but it's a beautiful poster. I mean, it's gorgeous. The colors, it looks brand new, but it was when she got it, she was like, "You better love me." I was like, "Why?" Because she knew I wanted it, because I found a rolled one for you, you son of a bitch. And I was like, "Are you serious?"
I love her for you, Christian, but I have mad respect for people. I mean, getting a repro or an original one sheet signed like by X amount of people, that's one thing. But just to have a shitload of, let's just stick to horror, like original one sheets, like besides the money value and the scarcity or the limited quantities, like that's like straight up baller status, because you can go on All Posters and a few other sites and get a bunch of repros. Like that's all I own. Like I own like 15 repros, like Terminator 2, the most generic ones, Jaws, TCM, Friday the 13th Part 2. But anyone who does who seeks out the original one sheets, like that's what I would collect if I wasn't a bum and stuff.
Mm-hmm. She's a beauty. I love her.
Yeah, and that probably cost a pretty penny too. So
hey, can you show that again, please?
Yeah,
she's even working.
Now I'm deadly curious because I never did. I'm gonna yell real quick. Sydney! Sydney!
Hello. Let's see if this is working, right?
Hey, Rambo.
Hey, how much did that Halloween 3 rolled poster cost? Got it?
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
How much is the Halloween 3 poster?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I know. How much? I'm just curious.
So, Orc, when are you gonna let people know you're the son of Brit the Hitman Hart with that Canadian flag back there?
As soon as I let them know that above my bed I have an American flag, an Ireland flag, and a Maine flag. But yeah, I can't really show that right now. 'Cause I
Orc
don't
is a
wanna tell
traitor to our
them.
country.
Yeah.
She said she paid like $80, but take in mind this was before. You know, this was when it was cool to hate the movie. So
Yeah.
You know, I bet I know the guy you bought that from because he had a lot of posters that would normally be folded, but they were rolled.
yeah,
Because he was like in the industry somehow. I'm not exactly sure, but he got a ton of those.
I'm 99% sure it was eBay, but she's gonna take a shower.
Yeah.
So if I go to distract her, she'll beat
Oh
my
man,
ass.
I've got
Speaking of which, since we're on posters and you just called me a maple loving person because of my Canadian flag, yeah, by my bed I have America, Ireland, and the main state flag, but then I also have Colorado and New York where I've lived, and I might just collect all 50 states. F it, dude. I mean, just go on like Amazon. They're literally $5.96 for any flag you want. I mean, I can't, you know, I'd never watch Rep a Swastika, but you know, I might get stars and bars, you know, hide it in the closet.
You say you'd never rep a swastika?
Oh, no,
You mean a Confederate flag, right?
no. That's stars
You
and
talk
bars.
about like a Nazi flag?
Yeah, I would never obviously
Well,
buy.
okay, that's probably a good choice.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, you
Well,
just
hey,
say
stars and bars is as bad, if not worse, than a swastika to some people, which is absurd. Like I don't like them, but should we be tearing down statues? And you know, like I know
Let's not
one
go
guy
there,
up
man.
here. I don't care because this is a hilarious story. He has the Confederate flag, and it has a middle finger like in the middle of it, and it's just hilarious. But I mean, if you want to rip the South, that's cool. But people get butthurt about everything, so that's whatever. But yeah, flag collecting, cool.
Well, let's all say hello to Rambo. Rambo, how's it going, man? Rambo, you there? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Jay, why
he's
do you have a
muted.
Mac of Me, by the way, Avatar?
Oh.
I was just.
Oh man, that's a great movie. That's classic. Go grab a Big Mac and a
I
Coca-Cola
love
Classic.
I love the
does-
McDonald's dancing scene.
Oh, and Rambo, sorry, I recorded
McDonald's dancing that I saw.
in Walmart. They have a new Steven Seagal DVD. Of course, there wasn't a Blu-ray because it doesn't deserve one. General Commander came out, so will we have a Seagal-a-thon part 2? I made a meme in like a chat.
I'll let you take that one, Orc.
Dude, I'm just gonna watch the show where he's a cop.
noob.
Jay got me on that one. I'm like, I don't know if I should renew Hulu, and he's like, dude, Southern Justice, watch that show. And I was like, all right, this is awesome. Hey, wait, you're arresting me, dude? Can I have your autograph?
God.
That show is great. It is so good. He uses his great kung fu powers, right? He uses them in law enforcement. Like he can sense when guys are like have stolen goods or selling drugs or stuff. Like they'll be driving by and be like, wait, hold
His
on,
power-
back over there.
He has his power to talk like a black guy. He has his power to talk like a New Orleans guy. He has his power at the KFC. He has his power at the Burger King. It's a go that fat fuck.
So Rambo
Jesus
wins
Christ.
wins the move.
Isn't he in Russia? Didn't he like run away to Russia or something? Isn't he still there, building a KFC of his own?
I don't think Rambo can hear me.
No, I think there's just
Let's see.
delay. Did you hear Piz, Rambo?
No, I didn't hear Piz. I heard you, Orc.
Ask him when the move starts, Orc.
Can you hear Piz first off, and then when is the move? Is what he wants to know. When are you starting? When's the first day of moving?
I didn't hear Piz. I hear you and Jay. The first day's moving is June 2nd.
Okay, Christian, talk real quick. See if we can hear you.
Yo,
Let's
yo.
check 1, 2.
Check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yo, Rambo rap for life.
That's
Blame it on
odd.
Google. They suck anyway. I'll translate.
Sybilis.
I'll be like the guy in the Waka Flocka video, the girl translating at the concert.
I hear Orc and Jay just fine.
Yeah, that's odd. That's odd, but whatever.
Maybe
Christian and Piz, would you like to say anything to the legendary Rambo Raf, who makes
Yeah.
amazing live streams?
Yeah, just tell Rambo good luck on his
I'm
move,
not legendary, but thanks, Orc.
and we look forward to having him back in season 8.
Okay, so Piz, basically what he said, if I'm translating, is he hopes you have a good move, you don't get a flat tire, you get lots of McDonald's from all the donations you got, which you rightfully deserve, and then we hope to have you back next season in the fall. And he loves you. Bro, like, no homo, but he loves you.
So Google Hangout is fucking over again. Probably my shitty internet too. So, but at least that's the move. I'll get better internet, so that'll help too.
Yeah.
It's
You
funny. I
just
can
gotta.
see you moving, and Piz is like frozen in time. I figure you got stunned by the jazz man from Lost Boys again.
That happens. That happens. Let's see what's going on out in the chat room. Let's see what's going on here.
Real quick while he's looking it up, your streams are actually not that bad though. I mean, there's a little bit of lag, but yeah, once you get your internet fixed, it's gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
a boost.
no, not bad at all. I mean,
Yeah.
quality wise.
I've like your reviews have always been good, but I really like watching like anyone who does a live stream. Like Christian does them, you've done a lot recently, and Piz does them every now and then. And those are just because of the instant interaction is dope.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, guys, why don't we go ahead and call it a night? Wrap up season 7 of the Sausage Factory. I just want to give big thanks to you guys who joined me this season. Of course, Orc, Stingray, you guys were here pretty much every episode. Christian, you joined us for several episodes, and we always enjoy having you on the show. Hopefully next season we'll have a lot more of you on the show, and of course a lot more of Rambo on the show. And huge thanks to everybody who tuned in for season 7 and enjoyed the show and hung out with us every Thursday or every other Thursday, depending on the schedule. But big thanks to DJ, thanks to Steak Sauce, the White Trash Jedi, Marbsy, Border 11 OG, Josh O'Brien, let's see, Joe Reese, Movie Man 95, a lot of familiar names, guys who've been hanging out with us pretty much the whole season. Steve, Johnny Dean, where'd Joe Bob Tarhill go? He's always hanging out with us. Joe Bob Tarhill, of course. Salvatore Spano.
Real quick, if we don't do any commentaries, which we may this summer, I don't know the phrase I was looking for, to be determined if we're going to do any of that stuff. But yeah, definitely everyone have a good summer, all that dang stuff.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get together at least a couple of times this summer and
Absolutely.
Do like a couple of summer shows or maybe a couple of summer commentaries. We always get together once or twice.
Dude, okay, check it out. Did we ever do Independence Day?
No.
We should do Independence Day when Stranger Things season 3 drops. Everyone's barbecuing, blowing off their fingers, lighting off fireworks, and watch Independence Day. It might happen. Maybe we've already discussed it. I don't know.
Make America great again.
There you go.
Arf.
Oh, hold on, guys. Michael, B-Movie Mike is in the chat with us tonight. What's up, B-Movie Mike? Hope you're doing well, man. We've missed you this season. Hopefully you'll be back on next season. Everybody's missed you. So good seeing you in the chat.
Or say hi to Bret Hart for me.
Of course, yes. And let me give a shout out to Raiho, who recently had his 3rd child. So congratulations to Raiho. Cole, was only on for a couple episodes this season, but hopefully we'll have more of him next season. Of
We'll
course,
we'll get him. We'll get him back. We have ways.
we'll get him back.
I have chips that he can't that are made in Alberta, Canada. You know, like where Bret Hart comes from, and they sell them in Maine, but you know they don't have them in Nova Scotia. So I might have to cross, you know, the border with a few duffel bags, just make a business trip. You know, have some Mounties try and stop me, but I'll be like, America, I know Trump, and then just drop off like 100 bags of chips to Riho and Cole. You got to do what you got to do. Fuck it.
Let me ask you this, Mike. You're under the spotlight here. What are the odds of B Movie Mike making his triumphant return to the show next season? But also, let me give a big shout out to Lorne. He joined us this season. I think he's been a great addition to the show. Of course, Eric, Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous. Our buddy Andrew joined us for a couple of shows this season. So big shout outs to all of them as well. And let's see where we at with Mike here. What's the over under on Mike for next season? We're waiting with bated breath here, Mike. What are those odds? Come on, Mike. Monty, yes. How could I forget Monty? Thank you so much, Borderline 11. Yes. How could I forget Monty? Yeah, Monty's been on several shows this season. He's been a great addition to the show as well. Yes, good. Thank you, Borderline. How could I have forgotten Monty? Yes. Jeez. And Andrew, I mentioned Andrew, DJ. Oh, a B Movie Mike just said the odds are pretty good that he will return next season. So that's good to hear. Very, very good to hear.
Like, if you don't return next season, I'm gonna end up in jail. I need your wisdom. If we went out to Applebee's and I bought you 5 baskets of boneless buffalo barbecue wings, I would just take a napkin and just rub your head for good luck. Eating good in the neighborhood, man, all day, every day.
Well, Orc, why don't you send us off?
Yeah, B Movie Might Come Bad will be sponsored by Vape. You can vape all you want.
Exactly.
I want a Vape Nation right now, I'll tell you that much. Please, Mike, make it happen.
I do a lot of that.
Orc, send us off with a season 7 finale Orc's Corner.
Well,
All right. Well, I'm a badass mofo. Straight up. I like these are 2 dank movies. One is on Netflix right now. These are cool watches. Maybe not this time of year.
I've heard of those.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's got like Corey Feldman or some shit. Anyways, I hope everybody has an awesome summer. Definitely during this blockbuster season, get out to the theater and see as much stuff as you can. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of actually horror in particular, and basically Godzilla's already dropping tonight because there is no such thing as a Friday release anymore until November 1st when Terminator comes out, which I'm going to see because I'm a fanboy, but that's my favorite franchise. But from pretty much May 31st to November 1st, there's tons of shit coming out. And then after that, really, it's only Star Wars Episode 9. Like November and December has like look on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes, and it's just complete dog shit until Star Wars, which is probably going to be dog shit too. But and just have fun this summer. I'm gonna highly enjoy not paying kerosene and propane. Oh man, it hit 70. No, it hit 67 today. Oh, it was amazing.
Awesome. And keep your eyes peeled if you're not following the show on social media. Do so, and we'll probably do at least a couple of shows this summer. So keep your eyes peeled for those guys. All right. Well, thank you all for such a great season 7, and we will return shortly. Have a great summer. Take care, and peace.
Get your pets spayed and neutered.
Indeed.